evolved or is he yet to evolve? That's not the question that I address in my book. Basically, I don't try to excavate Rahul Gandhi, but I try to explore him. And I try to do that through material that is there in the public domain, by which I mean his own speeches, his own interviews, his own statements. So it's basically trying to ensure that, we are trying to get as close as possible to his mind and not speculate. A lot of political writing is speculation, and lot of writing on the Gandhis is also about, there are lots of conspiracy theories and a lot of such stuff. So I've essentially kept all of that out and tried to explore his life only through what he has said and what is already available in the public domain. And if you look at that, there is one will have very little doubt about the fact that he has evolved over the last 20 years. That is from 2004, when he entered the parliament as a member of parliament from Amethi, till this point of time. You see several phases of his development, and he has evolved undoubtedly. Whether that evolution is going to get the Congress party to power is a separate question. But as an individual, you see, as anybody else, or as all human beings, we evolve over a period of time. Our experiences change, our responses change, our reactions change, and that has happened with Rahul Gandhi as well.
Thank you. But Aishwarya, if Rahul Gandhi has evolved or not, is that still a question that is relevant for the public today? Does that allure of the Gandhi family, the dynasty, still hold as it did during Indira Gandhi's time or even Sonia Gandhi's time? Has that question just become very academic?
I think, Priya, it's an interesting question, but it's a question which is relevant only for the Congress party, that whether Rahul Gandhi has evolved or not, because it is important that we have to contextualize Rahul Gandhi within the context of the Congress party, because his grandmother, his father and his mother were important aspects of it, and it must have had a lasting impact on his life. So it is very difficult to separate Rahul Gandhi or to understand Rahul Gandhi without trying to understand the Congress party. But it is important to understand one thing, that when we see whether a leader is evolved or not, unfortunately in a democracy we only see evolution in terms of the ability to win elections. And in that context, if we see that whether he's been able to evolve or whether he's been able to provide a credible alternative, or he's the alternative himself, he's not himself defined that, whether he is, because there's a lot of change that has been with Rahul Gandhi in the initial 2009 to 2014 years as being quite at the forefront, then after 2019 pulling back. So we really don't know where does Rahul Gandhi see himself. Even through his speeches, you try to analyze his speeches, and I like Sugata's book, because he's very, it's very detailed in kind of trying to understand this personality. But we have to understand that Rahul Gandhi will, it's no longer a question that will he evolve or not. It is about whether the Congress will win elections or not with Rahul Gandhi as the leader.
So Mayank, the Gandhi family is still the Congress is still the Gandhi, So in that context, Rahul's involvement is of consequence, because that will shape how the Congress goes. So what do you make of him post Bharat Jodo Yatra? Do you think he can at least, he's no longer a pappu? Does it look like that, the opposition can at least band under Rahul?
See, that is a very interesting question. But when we talk about Rahul, so right now we are only speculating things. So in our line of work, हम लोग डेटा पे ज़्यादा प्रेफर करते हैं कि डेटा क्या है, डेटा क्या होना है, 2019 का क्या था और 84 के बाद क्या था, ये शायद राहुल को ही पता है, हम लोगों को भी पता है कि 84 में एक पार्टी जो 49% वोट शेयर के साथ थी, वो 2019 में आते आते 19% तक आ गई. तो ये डेटा जो है, ये डेटा इतना कुछ नहीं बता रहा है राहुल गांधी के बारे में जितना हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं रिगार्डिंग द इवॉल्व, जो ये शब्द है कि इवॉल्व हो रहे हैं नहीं राहुल गांधी। अगर इवॉल्व हो रहे होते तो जो 2 इलेक्शन गया बीता हुआ दो इलेक्शन था उसमें तो कुछ भी नहीं, डेटा से समथिंग एल्स, बट यहाँ पे जो माहौल बन रहा है वो ऐसा है कि राहुल इवॉल्व हो रहे हैं। अगर इवॉल्व हो रहे हैं तो उनको 10 साल का समय मिला, 10 साल में अगर वो इवॉल्व होते तो जो वोट शेयर, और सबको लग रहा है कि अभी अभी शायद ये नया 2014 के बाद ये नया एक चीज़ आ रहा है जिसमें इनका ग्राफ नीचे जा रहा है। बट जो लोग हैं, जो हम हों आप हों, जानते बहुत अच्छे से हैं कि ये नया तरीका नहीं है, ये नया नहीं है कि कांग्रेस नीचे, इनका ग्राफ नीचे जा रहा है। इनका ग्राफ नीचे जा रहा है 1984 के बाद से। वहाँ पे 1984 में अगर अपने पास, उनके पास 49% वोट शेयर था और आज लास्ट इलेक्शन में 2019 में अगर वो वोट शेयर 49 से 19% आ गया तो मुझे पर्सनली तो कहीं नहीं दिख रहा है, डेटा तो कहीं नहीं बता रहा है कि इवॉल्व हो रहे हैं राहुल गांधी। और शायद ही मैं बहुत कम जानकारी रखता हूँ राजनीति की, बट जहाँ तक मुझे पता है दुनिया के किसी भी कोने में, किसी भी स्फीयर ऑफ पॉलिटिकल जगह पे कहीं पे भी मैंने नहीं देखा है कि कोई भी लीडर अगर बैक टू बैक 2 टर्म हारा है उसके बाद तीसरे में उसकी वापसी हुई है। अगर ये होता है तो शायद मुझे लगता है कि वन ऑफ इट्स काइंड होगा, क्योंकि ये मुझे तो नहीं लगता कि आज तक कभी हुआ है।
मतलब राहुल गांधी का थोड़ा चांस है अपने हिस्ट्री बुक्स में अपने नाम डालने के लिए आफ्टर द 3rd टाइम लकी। लेकिन वी आर सीइंग इट इज़ एन एरा ऑफ पर्सनालिटीज़। What the Prime Minister has done is that he has made it into era of personalities. Modi versus the Gandhi name. He needs Rahul Gandhi also to be there to make it a personality issue. नहीं तो मोदी पे इशू नहीं होगा, फिर issues पे election होगा. So does Modi also want Rahul to evolve?
See, Priya, I think, I completely appreciate the way we look at things, but then the Indian political landscape, as well as the media landscape, society, has seen tectonic shifts. And the Congress party has been unable to respond to that. So if you see, at the time of Rajiv Gandhi, his father also, there was a very strong personality element. Indira Gandhi was a very strong person. And
now we are seeing the Congressization of BJP.
Yeah, but more than the personality aspect, I think there is also an ideological element. So that is the reason why you see, you asked this earlier question, has Rahul Gandhi evolved? So Rahul Gandhi has started looking at the problem before him in a manner that no other Congress leader has looked at, that is after Indira Gandhi. That is, he's trying to ideologically answer a few questions. He may be slow, he may be incorrect, he may not be successful. That's a separate question altogether. But he is trying to build a kind of ideological positioning for the party, because he thinks the BJP and RSS have created a kind of response system which the Congress needs to go beyond its pursuit of power to answer those questions. So, whether he has done it effectively or he could have done it far better is a separate issue.
But you also write in your book, your 2 meetings with him left you very confused.
No, those meetings, the 2 meetings that I refer to were 2 exclusive long sessions that I had, and there was a certain context to those meetings. The first one was fairly, straightforward kind of a thing, because I was interviewing him. This was 2014, just before the general elections. 2018, he wanted to have a long chat with me on the Karnataka situation. So I went in hoping that he'll be asking me about the caste situation, the identity politics, the kind of shifts that have taken place in Karnataka, and generally the electoral landscape. But he ended up speaking about spirituality. So that's the first time that I realized that his sincerity was unmissable, but he was allowing himself to be pulled in many directions, and that's because the problem before him is also very, very monumental.
Fair enough. So Rahul Gandhi is a nice guy. Everybody says that. So but at the end of the day, you're in politics, so you have to be a little more than a nice guy. So are you at all convinced? Does Rahul Gandhi leave you feeling confused, or you just feel that he's directionless, or is he Aishwarya moving towards a certain direction? Maybe slow, but he seems to be moving.
I think the problem with I think all the Gandhis is that they do not see the problem before them, and they are in denial about the problem before them, which is about the transformation of the party, which was required to transform as the country was changing with the different paradigm, the technological advancement, the availability of data and accessibility. So I think the party failed to evolve with that time, and a large part of the problem was also with the family trying to protect its space. Regional leaders, can you, Priya, think of any major regional satraps that the party has? In the time of Indira Gandhi, there were regional satraps which were dismissed at Mrs. Gandhi's will, but they were there.
Correct.
Now there are no powerful regional leaders. And if you juxtapose it with any other party, whether it is the Samajwadi Party or the Bharatiya Janata Party, they have very strong chief ministers. The party has a cadre which is going on ground and fighting elections for them and fighting tooth and nail at the booth level. So my experience tells me that the Congress has not been able to understand that its cadre has ceased to exist. It needs to revive the cadre. It needs to revive the party. And since the Gandhis are and everything is about the Gandhi family, the responsibility of losing that cadre rests squarely on them.
But Mayank, you have two examples. एक तो सोनिया गांधी है. When she came to politics, she was also novice. बिल्कुल राहुल गांधी की तरह ही कह सकते हैं. राहुल गांधी को तो फिर भी ट्रेनिंग हुई थी. But what did she do right and what is Rahul Gandhi doing wrong? At least Sonia Gandhi got the Congress to power. Rahul Gandhi क्या कर नहीं पा रहे हैं and what is Rahul Gandhi's big mistakes?
मेरे हिसाब से राहुल गांधी को अब्राहम लिंकन के उन शब्दों के बारे में दोबारा सोचना चाहिए जहां उन्होंने कहा था कि अगर मुझे 6 घंटा दिया जाए पेड़ को काटने के लिए तो मैं 4 घंटा अपने कुल्हाड़ी को शार्प करने में, मतलब उसको तेज़ धार करने में बिताऊंगा। सबसे पहली चीज़ तो ये है कि उनको ये देखना होगा कि जो उनकी पूरी की पूरी पार्टी है उसको उनको थोड़ा सा रिजिक करना होगा, थोड़ा सा उनको चेंज करना होगा जो कन्वेंशनल तरीका है उनका। और ऑब्वियसली ये ग्रैंड ओल्ड पार्टी जिसको हम लोग कहते हैं 100 साल से पुरानी पार्टी है, इनके पास इनको बहुत चीज़ पाना है। तो इनका कंपटीशन उनसे है जिनके पास खोने के लिए कुछ नहीं है, वो नई पार्टी है। सो अगर एक ऐसी पार्टी की हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं जो बहुत पुरानी पार्टी है, उनको बहुत चीज़ जो पूरे के पूरे स्ट्रक्चर को चेंज करने में थोड़ा सा तो समय लगेगा। और राहुल गांधी को भी पता है कि राहुल गांधी की जितनी एज है और जहाँ पे उनका कॉन्टेस्ट हो रहा है, वो अगला बंदा, राहुल गांधी की जितनी एज है वो अगला बंदा उतनी माइलेज रखता है। तो इनकी एज और नरेंद्र मोदी की माइलेज मतलब एक बराबर है तकरीबन। तो इनको ये चीज़ तो पता है कि भाई एक ऐसे शख्स से आपकी लड़ाई है जिसने 15 साल अपने लाइफ का प्रचारक, आरएसएस का प्रचारक के रूप में बिताया, 15 साल फिर आप पॉलिटिकल स्फीयर में रहे, उसके बाद फिर आप चीफ मिनिस्टर रहे 13 साल तक, उसके बाद अब 10 साल से आप प्रधानमंत्री हैं। तो उनसे उनकी लड़ाई है जिन्होंने 53 साल अपने जीवन में सिर्फ इस पॉलिटिकल स्फीयर में दे दिया, और उनकी एज, राहुल गांधी की खुद की एज तकरीबन 53 साल के आसपास है। तो ये सब चीज़, पहली बात तो ये है कि उनको एक रिजिक करना होगा, पूरे के पूरे सिस्टम को चेंज करना होगा। दूसरी चीज़, मुझे ऐसा लगता है व्यक्तिगत रूप से कि नैरेटिव पे कहीं पे भी वो स्टिक नहीं कर पाते हैं। इनका नैरेटिव हर एक पार्लियामेंट्री सेशन से पहले आता है और वो इतना अनरिलेटेबल रहता है जिससे आम जनता कभी भी कनेक्ट नहीं करती है। हाँ। इससे पहले वाले सेशन में, पार्लियामेंट्री वाले सेशन में आ गया था कि एक स्पाईवेयर के बारे में था, पेगासिस में हमारे गांव या आपके गांव के लोग पेगासिस से रिलेट नहीं कर पाते हैं कि ये एक मुद्दा है जिससे एक जनसाधारण कनेक्ट कर पा रहा है। तो आपको अपने नैरेटिव जो आप चुन रहे हैं, वो नैरेटिव जो है इट्स नॉट गेटिंग कनेक्टेड विद द मासेस। उस समय पेगासिस था, अभी चलो फिर भी सही है कि मणिपुर पे आपने इतना ज़्यादा हो हल्ला किया, बट हर वो नैरेटिव, हर वो मुद्दा जो आप पार्लियामेंट सेशन से पहले उठाते हैं, पार्लियामेंट सेशन ख़त्म होते होते वो इवेपोरेट हो रहा है। वो क्यों होता है? अगर अनलेस एंड अनटिल आपको एक नैरेटिव को रखना है साथ में और उसके पास यू हैव टू स्टे पुट फॉर अ ईयर और सो, जब तक उस पर कुछ नहीं निकल रहा है, जैसे शाहीन बाग हुआ, वहाँ पे कांग्रेस कहीं नहीं थी, बट शाहीन बाग हुआ विदाउट एनी फेस, विदाउट एनी लीडर, शाहीन बाग रहा, बहुत सक्सेस रहा। उसके बाद फार्मर एजिटेशन, उसमें भी कांग्रेस का कोई पार्ट नहीं था। तो आप मुझे बताएं, लास्ट आपने कब देखा था एक ऐसा एजिटेशन जहाँ पे कांग्रेस ने किया था और एंड दे स्टे पुट फॉर लाइक फ्यू मंथ्स और ईयर, कुछ नहीं होता है इनका। तो इनको यहाँ पे एक नैरेटिव चुनना है और उस नैरेटिव पे अगर ये चिपक के रहें तो मुझे लगता है कि आसानी रहेगा इनको कॉन्टेस्ट करने में बीजेपी को।
Okay, we have to wrap up, but before that मैं सबसे एक वर्ड में आंसर चाहूँगी कि what is the one thing that you feel is Rahul's biggest falling or biggest minus point? Is it credibility? Is it communication? Or is it the Gandhi name?
I think he referred to the, I mean, he sort of picked the thing called narrative. So I think Rahul's problem is he's fighting a civilizational battle that Narendra Modi is putting before him with a constitutional kind of an idea of India. And the constitutional idea of India just does not evoke the same kind of response from people like the civilizational idea would. The simple example is whenever Mr. Modi speaks, he speaks about India and he says everything started here. It's a 1,000-year kind of trajectory that he sort of picks from. And Rahul Gandhi is trying to create a contrast to that with an Ambedkarite idea of constitutional India, which, you know, we don't know whether it is right or wrong. Probably it may be successful this time. I mean, how else does, you know, one progress when one is trying to create a opposite idea to a civilizational idea which gobbles up everything. So it's a very, very complicated thing. So I don't want to answer in terms of
one word.
One word.
He is a journalist at the end of the day. Aishwarya, short answer to that.
My only contention is his failure to understand and the party's failure to understand and the leaders of the party's failure to understand the situation on the ground has changed dramatically. When you say, when you criticize the Prime Minister that he's going to the United States while Manipur is burning and that, while Manipur is an issue, but what one has to understand is a lot of Indians are proud of the fact that the Prime Minister is getting a very stately welcome in the United States. They are two separate issues. So you need to, you can't tell Indians that your world image has not changed because of the Prime Minister. It of course has changed. India has changed dramatically in people's imagination. So he's not understanding that.
So he needs another narrative other than saying Modi is wrong. Yeah. Last.
नहीं, मुझे लगता है कि राहुल गांधी पोलराइजेशन पे ज़्यादा ध्यान दे रहे हैं आजकल। जो मेरा ऐसा व्यक्तिगत मानना है कि वो पोलराइजेशन पे ज़्यादा सोचते हैं कि पोलराइजेशन ज़्यादा स्थिति को इधर उधर करती है। बट मैं जिस काम से आता हूँ इस फील्ड में, मुझे लगता है कि पोलराइजेशन का बस एक काम है। पोलराइजेशन में अगर अभी भी हम लोग देखें यूपी को, अगर हम लोग यूपी को लेके चलते हैं जहाँ की हिंदू आबादी 82% है, वहाँ पे अगर बीजेपी 40% वोट लेके आ रही है, 40% उनका अगर वोट शेयर है, तो दिस इज़ ऑब्वियस कि वो 50% हिंदू लोगों को भी नहीं बता पाए हैं कि भाई आप पोलराइज, मतलब जो 50% ऑफ द क्राउड इज़ नॉट पोलराइज्ड। तो आपको सिर्फ उन 50% को देखना है कि जो पोलराइज नहीं हो रहे हैं, उनके लिए बहुत आसान है। मतलब आज के डेट में अगर लिबरल हिंदू कहें, वो शब्द कैसा भी रहे, अगर लिबरल हिंदू, अगर एक हिंदू है जो वोट दे रहा है बीजेपी को एंड हु इज़ एक्सेप्टिंग द फैक्ट ऑफ द Hinduism of BJP, there is another Hindu who is not accepting BJP's kind of ideology. तो राहुल को सिर्फ उनको जाके समझाना है कि भाई आपको हमारे तरफ आना है। यहाँ पे उनसे चूक हो रही है क्योंकि वो हर चीज़ का वो मसला, ये जो मोहब्बत की दुकान वाली बात है, वो पोलराइजेशन के ऊपर ही उन्होंने कहा है। उनको ये चीज़ समझना है कि अगर 80% या 82% हिंदू अगर एक जगह पे है, वहाँ से 38% अगर हम लोगों को वोट शेयर बीजेपी को मिल रहा है, तो 50% से ज़्यादा हिंदू ऐसे हैं जो बीजेपी के हिंदुत्व को नहीं मान रहे, और उनको वहाँ पे काम करना चाहिए जहाँ वो नहीं कर रहे।
Thank you so much, and thank you all of you for this panel. Thank you so much for this conversation. Thank you.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.